What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Full Throttle Drag Racing. First off, I'd like to thank everyone for the support on episode 1. A lot of you left some great suggestions in the comments, and I read through every single one of them and came up with a plan for episode 2. We've got a little bit of work to do before we can make some more passes, so let's get into it. First off, I need to change that sensor wire that broke in the last video. Luckily, I had an extra one, so that's a quick and easy fix. Next up, I'm going to make a few changes to the front suspension. I got some good information from FullThrottleRC, and one of the tips was stiffening the front suspension. I'll start with adding some heavier 50 weight oil and tighten down on the preload a little for now. I have some stiffer springs on the way that I'll try out later. I want to limit the front shocks so that the front of the body doesn't scrape the ground. I use some fuel tubing on the shock shafts so they bottom out before the body hits the ground. With the front shocks completely reassembled, I can put them back on the car. Many of you mentioned the wheelies in my previous videos and told me I need to keep the front end down. I'm lowering the wheelie bar to where it's almost touching the ground to try to accomplish this. I used a piece of cardboard to space it up as I tightened it down. Last thing before I head out is a gearing change. I had been running a 27 tooth pinion with the 81 tooth spur since I built the car, but had this 76 tooth spur gear on the side for whenever I was ready to try it. I'm installing it today to see if it'll calm down the launch a little, but give me more top end speed. Just need to readjust the gear mesh and I'll be ready for some more test passes. Alright, we're now ready to test. I did make 2 quick changes once I got out here. With the battery in, the back end of the car sat a little lower, so I adjusted the wheelie bar. And I also adjusted the dual rate on my radio as some of y'all suggested. It's looking good so far, so let's keep it up. Well, I was planning on coming out here for a while trying to figure things out, test and tune, but the thing goes straight. I don't really know what else to do. Alright, so since that's going so well, I pulled up the Castle Link app on my phone, connected to the car, and I actually still had some punch control in it, so I'm taking that out currently. I think I'm gonna drop it down a good bit. I guess I might have to mess with the throttle curve a little bit because it's still doing fine. I'm gonna make one more adjustment to the ESC and see what it's got. Alright, I turned it up pretty high, so I'm not really expecting it to hook, but we'll see what happens. Okay, that was probably the straightest pass I've made so far today. I'm kind of confused. Alright, so that was some really positive results. I ran a whole pack through the car, and I mean, it went straight just about every pass. I want to thank everyone again for all of your input. All of those tips have helped me to get this car straight. I'm not finished with it though. We'll still do some more testing. You know, it's always about getting it as fast as possible. So if you have any more tips, leave them in the comments below. If you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss any new videos on the car. Thanks again for watching. Peace.